welcome to the January 22nd, 2026 Veterans Advisory Committee meeting. And as we're all in attendance tonight, we can, if we need to vote, we can do so by a raised hand. Do we have minutes tonight?
We approved the October minutes. I sent, this afternoon I sent out the November minutes.
Okay.
Really it was, consisted of just Memorial Day planning and,
But they exist, okay, so I can track them down and,
you can track them down.
okay, and then we have
You
to
didn't
do-
send them to us, did you?
Yeah, send them to VAC.
I didn't get it.
Oh, boy.
All right, well, we'll tackle that first. Do you have them?
No. No, all I got is that
Today?
Holly was gonna make it.
Today?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
Yeah, I don't see anything.
when you send them, send it to the group, send it to me
And then
singularly, and then send me a text message.
Okay.
So we can
Yeah.
figure out where they're disappearing to. Okay, so we'll move meeting minutes to next month.
Okay.
All right, so,
Always this time of year, for some reason, emails won't work.
yeah, they freeze up.
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna review and discuss the Memorial Day planning that was passed off to us by Carmen and the members of the Legion and the VFW post. So I printed out the original version that that I got from Carmen. And there's a lot of stuff here. I can see that we have, as far as the procedure and the protocol and what's available to us, it's pretty complete. But what I wanted to do was go down the list and either come up with a solution or come up with a date or a timeline. I had invited Carmen to attend tonight, but he couldn't make it. And I was more concerned about, we have a really good idea what we need to do, but what I don't know for certain is when do we need to do it. And
Okay.
so like
Maybe I can fill in the blanks.
maybe we'll hope, yeah. And then so when we get ready to plan for 4th of July,
Mm-hmm.
through experience, we know, we have to do X on this date and X on this date, and then we start to promote, the hell out of it.
Yeah.
And, but anyway, I'm just gonna go down the list and then we can, talk as long or as short as required. So the first thing that was on the list was contact the Legion and the VFW, which made me laugh because, well, it was your parade, who were you contacting? But, so I'm gonna keep that on the list because I'm gonna keep them in the loop with whatever decisions
Yeah.
we come up with.
Maybe they were contacting
The membership,
membership to get people to color guard.
but color guard is I think it's a separate entry down there, so. Alright, anyway, so we're gonna keep that open.
Yeah, well, I would say that you probably wanna reach out to them now though, like in January.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking as we go down the list, that I might try to put a timeline to some of
Yeah,
this.
yeah. Well, Carmen, like I said, Carmen was invited tonight, so he knows we've started to,
Mm-hmm.
I'll send him a link to the finished video, so at least he knows what the topic was.
Yeah.
Okay, so we need to contact like Knight's Limo, and I think in that package, there's actually an invoice. Maybe,
Yeah, there's no invoice for
no,
this.
okay, and there was one, maybe, oh, there it is, I didn't print it out, I have it, I'm sorry, there's it's an invoice for the, AA transport.
Mm-hmm.
And so by way of example, this was booked 25 April 2025, so it was booked a month before.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought, wow, that was kinda close, but, so I'm
Yeah.
assuming
Yes.
somewhere near that date, they reached out to Knights.
Yeah.
I don't see why we couldn't be able to reach out to them now.
Well, that's one of the things we're gonna talk about, is it's like if we come up with a sheet with all the tasks on it,
Right.
which ones have to be done
Yeah.
starting tomorrow,
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see why most of these you can't start now.
Yeah.
Because if you get the limo scheduled, it's just, it's scheduled for that date.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
the limo is the cost,
Yeah.
and then it would be sooner rather than later.
Now, the AAA is the
Double
bus, double A, is the bus that goes from the high school parking lot.
That
up.
takes the vets all around, yeah.
No, Knights,
I'm sorry, yeah.
yeah,
That takes the other participants all up from here.
to the, to North Street.
Yeah,
Yes,
exactly, yeah.
yeah,
Okay, so,
like a shuttle.
so Knights is just for the veterans.
Veterans only,
Veterans
yeah.
at the cemetery.
That big white
Yeah.
tour bus that always
Mm-hmm.
ends up at the common.
So number 4, buses, that's to
That's-
take people,
That's for the bus. Yeah,
residents.
so buses would be double A transportation.
Yeah,
And Knights is actually for vets. Now, he didn't specify which sound system, I'm assuming it's the one that we borrow from, Evan's office. And for the life of me, I can't remember, did they use one sound system, or did we daisy chain them together to make two, or
We determined we couldn't daisy chain them.
wouldn't work, okay?
Right,
Yeah.
but the one that Evan bought
Is the one
worked
we use?
great at the parade last year.
Alright.
Because everybody looked at me when my iPad died, so I know everybody was watching
Yeah.
it or listening to it.
Alright, so Evan is the contact person for that. Military vehicles. So we know there's the old dude with the Jeep,
Jerry.
yes.
is that his name? And who has the contact information for him?
Mm.
I have contact information for him through the parade
Right,
Mm.
and through a couple of other people for military vehicles.
Right. so for the 4th of July, he always asks to get paid, and we say no, and he shows up anyway.
Yeah,
But what I wanted to ask Carmen was, do you pay him when he comes to the Memorial Day parade? Maybe he does, maybe he doesn't, I don't know the answer to that, but
yeah,
it's gonna be a lengthy to-do list until we figure it all out.
yeah. It would be nice to get a list from Carmen for who they contact for military vehicles, and then we can compare it to the 4th of July parade.
Yeah, exactly,
Mhm.
yep. So Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts, again, yes, we know they take part, but I don't know who the contact people are.
So it was Andy reaching out, but Holly can also reach out.
Okay.
Yeah,
Andy Jefferson?
No,
no, Andy.
Andy
Shelburne.
Shelburne, yeah.
Is
Okay.
that how his name is said?
So Andy K. and Holly. I had a brief conversation with some scouting parents and a scout recently, and they said for their part of the bargain, all they asked for was early notification.
Mm-hmm.
So I think as soon as we get any details at all, I'm just gonna send out a blast to whoever needs to receive
Yeah.
it.
I wonder if they have a calendar, like, can we,
They,
the
Scouts?
scouts, yeah, if there's like a calendar and then just, hey, plug us in, Memorial Day,
Yeah.
4th of July parade, like,
Like, we're always gonna
yes,
want you
we're
to be
always
there.
gonna ask you,
Yeah.
so can you just plug us in?
I'll ask my neighbor because he was an Eagle Scout before he graduated and went off to college, so I'm sure the parents must know something about that.
Mm-hmm.
Cause it's not like Memorial Day changes,
No,
you know, it's like same
Yeah.
time every year.
Well, that's why I made the joke at Select Board, it's like, when is Memorial Day?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because my phone will start ringing, and then after that, it'll be when's the 4th of July? School band, you're the guy for that, right?
Yeah, I contacted well, wait a minute, no, not the band itself. When we were trying to get buglers.
Well, that's
Okay.
2 items on this list.
Okay, so, what we could do is we just contact the music director.
Okay. But you have that information from the past, am I correct?
I would have to go back, Houghton, I don't wanna misspeak, I think the guy's name Houghton, but anyway, just. the
Mr.
music-
Houghton?
I believe it is.
I mean, that's also probably easy to get, you just go to the high
Yeah, you have
school,
to go
talk
in
to
the-
the principal and just be like, hey, who's the?
Yeah, right, exactly.
That sounds familiar
It's
to
an
me.
easy phone to find. And
Yeah.
just, I would email him and say, hey, we need people, well, am I jumping ahead to buglers?
no, they're
Okay.
next to each other.
Alright, so I just say, hey, can you reach out and see who's available?
This is another one that I think,
Just
just
put
plug
us,
us in.
yeah,
I know.
'cause then they could just be like, who wants to
Right,
do
right.
Well,
the Memorial Day?
let's just say that's the difference between how we're gonna do it and it's
Yeah.
done. Okay.
I laid in bed one night thinking about this list, and one of the things that I thought, I know you're making faces, but sometimes I get lost in thought, and it's rare, but it does happen.
Probably happens while he's driving through.
It happens when I'm talking to him.
Where am
I
I?
might get it Millbury.
Mayberry?
Millbury. Mayberry though too, that's.
Mayberry, yeah.
Anyway, what were you thinking?
I was thinking about, I wanted to get as much of this done as possible before we get knee-deep in Fourth of July planning.
Yeah.
And cause I thought, this list is shorter than I thought,
Mhm.
and yet there was a lot of key data that's just not here, you know, and it's like, so that's what kept me up.
Mm-hmm, okay.
Wreaths is an easy one, because we know where the wreaths are.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right,
However,
So,
go ahead.
on that topic, wreath placement. Okay, no, oh wait, okay, so so we could circle back to that when we get down below, cemetery flags and stuff like that, okay?
All right, so the color guard firing party, I don't know who's in charge of that. We have,
that would be Carmen.
Yeah, didn't Carmen say that they would still provide a color guard and
Yes.
firing
Yeah.
parties?
Yeah.
right,
Mhm.
right, but does Carmen control the whole thing, or does he get Mike involved, and they take membership from two and make one? Again,
Mm-hmm, you're right.
tiny little details, because we've never
But they
done this
do-
before
well,
that I worry
Mike-
about.
Yes, the two do come together,
Okay.
but you're right, there, on occasion, there's not enough bodies. for
So I think,
one or the other.
I think some of this is gonna be an email to Carmen asking for more detail,
Yep.
and then based on what data we get back from him, then we can whittle it down.
Yeah.
It's- I really knew we weren't gonna accomplish a lot tonight, you know,
Mhm.
it was just gonna, we're just going down the shopping list and checking stuff off, but,
Let's say we should CC Mike
oh, yeah, yeah.
on that also.
Didn't we talk about in November that there's a Marine Corps, or there's another unit
So
around here?
my rucking partner attended the Marine Corps celebration at the
Yes.
Marine League in Worcester, and he said they have a Marine color guard that's just begging for stuff to do,
Oh,
so.
all right,
So that might be an option too, because
that's a good back pocket.
yeah.
Well, and I think it also helps with the posts and stuff. Like, they could just be the veterans that just walk.
Right,
Yeah.
And the
exactly.
color guard stuff could be done by, non-residents who are like wanting to be like, I wanna do that.
Well,
So if we found a color guard unit that would come and participate in the parade, you guys just wanna march and stand in formation, or do you actually wanna be the color guard? That's one of the things that, you know.
Yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
when they do the cemeteries, there's a firing squad at the cemetery.
But that's them. I wasn't,
Okay.
yeah. The color guard that goes to the cemeteries and performs all of the stops along the way,
Right,
we wouldn't ask,
okay.
They could continue doing that.
there, yeah, 'cause
Okay.
that-
We're just thinking the parade
Okay.
just to
route
kind of
itself.
beef it up, you know what I
Sure,
mean?
okay.
I think we need to clarify that on here then, because I was thinking the same thing, and I was also gonna say, the firing squad at the common, would we also ask if that Marine unit can do that as well,
Yes,
do it all?
because, well, as you know, they come out of formation, they line up
Yeah.
at the common.
They probably have that too. So,
Yeah.
yeah, they could easily do that. And Upside is very professional, and
Mm-hmm, yeah,
because that's all they.
sure,
It'll be like what you see in military funerals.
yeah, mm-hmm.
When they do the 21 gun salute.
Yep.
It's-
Plus, I mean, it would really,
Now, would
an
they do it for
impressive,
free?
an
or-
impressive addition
Yeah.
to have a bunch of dressed blue Marines, you know.
Yeah,
I'm just curious, like, what would we have to do? Like I'm assuming, I don't know if they would charge or if it's like we gotta do a donation.
I'll reach out to them directly,
Okay.
I mean,
Yeah.
like I said, my friend who's a former Marine, he probably has the contact.
Yeah.
Definitely for 4th of July,
Oh, yeah.
that
Yeah.
would be
that
amazing.
would be good, yeah. like you said, we can lock them in.
Yeah.
So what was your concern about color guard, I'm sorry, what was your concern about cemetery flag placement?
So that is usually, well, it's, last couple of years, it's become, scouts and veterans. And then, actually last year, Chief of Police got his crew and did a lot too, also,
Okay,
at Pine Grove at least that I know of. So when you flag setters, or something, you know, that's, again, groups we have to reach out to. You gotta reach out to the posts, gotta reach out to the Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts, and then the Chief of Police, I guess.
right. The
I would
question,
also say fire department too. Chief of police is doing it. Fire
I guess-
department might want to.
They might, yeah, that's
so the
true.
question that I had was, again, is that gonna be a function of the post and the VFW?
I was just gonna ask that, like, would that be something that should, cause I'm
That's-
also looking here, like, the
Carmen
outside
hands-
bar, the outside
Carmen hands out
cook.
all the flags, Andy takes his and runs off to his corner of the world, and,
Yeah,
and the volunteers come and grab their flags off the back of the truck, and it's a whole operation,
Right,
and,
so okay, it starts with Jeff, the VSO, ordering the flags.
mhm,
They come in, and they've always gone to the post, and they were distributed from there. The reason, say, for example, you mentioned Andy would take some, because Andy was coordinating with the scouts and some volunteers from a couple churches to do, like St. Philip's, for
Hmm.
example. You know, so, yeah, this is something, again, we're gonna have to,
could
well, I
probably
guess my
stay-
concern is that maybe 10 years down the road, whatever veterans committee there is in existence might
right,
have that duty,
Yeah,
but I mean, as of right now,
as of right now.
could maybe
I don't think
keep
we're-
it with the
Yeah.
VFW,
Yeah.
VFW, they
Yeah,
could
okay.
manage whoever puts the flags out.
Yeah,
Like,
Yeah,
we could
I
just,
like that
like we
idea.
said, we're just managing the
okay,
festivities and the parades.
cause they asked us to take over the parade planning, they didn't,
I would say if we coordinate it, like, we're already reaching out to the scouts, you know,
yes.
we've got, it's easy for Bob to go talk to the chief of police, the fire marshal,
Mhm.
everybody like that. So maybe we can just say, hey, we'll coordinate, you let us know a time and a place, and we'll make sure everything is done.
Yeah.
I mean, Andy, I know Andy was like handing stuff off, but I don't think we got the full thing for each of the placements, for all the flags.
Oh, you mean
Right.
the maps.
the maps
Yes.
of
Yeah.
okay,
So I
Right.
think he still has a lot of that information. So I would just say, y'all can still manage that,
mm-hmm,
you know, and then maybe next year we need to get a little bit more involved in it, but I think for now,
It was like Stoney said, I can reach out to Chief Matthew and Chief Minardi, and I can say, hey, can we do a Zoom call and just
Yeah.
go over some details?
yeah,
I'm gonna reach out to Carmen and say, can we,
sorry,
I'm not here. And then, I can talk to Carmen, go for a cup of coffee and maybe fill in some of the blanks.
so you're a contractor?
it's my granddaughter, excuse me.
Do you wanna take it?
Don't worry,
Delane.
Go take it off camera.
we'll pause for you.
Tonight's episode of Veterans Advisory.
Yeah.
Yeah. The presenters and the readings and the honor roll, that stuff's all in the package.
Yeah.
And so, because we told the select board that
Yeah,
we're taking the helm of the ship, so to speak. The next thing that popped into my head was, none of the documents tell us how it was done.
oh, like the order?
The order.
There's a parade order, and then I thought, hold on, it's not as difficult, cause I wrote a note. All I have to do is review last year's video,
Yeah, so
and
you
then just
probably-
take notes, okay?
Yeah,
So the first, Carmen welcomes everybody,
yeah, which would be like you now.
that would be me for this
Yeah.
year, and then, who was the next speaker up? Okay, it was David Meridian, okay.
Yeah, which I believe he read the proclamation.
Right, or Senator Moore, whoever was there, and then,
Yeah.
okay,
Typically the chaplain.
yeah, and then,
You, chaplain, then it would be David Meridian.
Yeah,
So
cause the
Walter-
chaplain opens.
so Walter,
Yeah.
right, okay, so that's, just by simply viewing the video.
But does it have to be a chaplain? Because a lot of
No.
it's just, it just has to be an invocation, just open it and
Right,
then
but
an
as long as,
invocation.
as long as Walter's breathing air and walking
Yes,
this earth,
he's
he's
gonna
gonna
do
do it.
Oh, is
Yeah.
that his?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, alright, no.
So,
I have no problem doing it, I just don't wanna steal it from
no, we wanna,
you know, if
I
he's
want, I
like-
wanna be as upfront and clear with everybody that it's like, listen, we're ready to go, but how did you do this?
Yeah.
Yes,
You know, because it's just not in the pack.
And then some of the other things like, Flanders Field. Trying to think. So you do kinda have it here. Once everybody's at parade rest, thank everyone for coming out. Then you have the chaplain. Then you have the sergeant of arms gets honor guard to attention firing squad, hand salute for taps.
Which page are you looking at?
it's the third page.
Third
Third
page.
page.
On the old, on this one?
Yeah, it doesn't tell you when Flanders Field is read or America's answer to Flanders Field.
Yeah.
and then the question is,
This is a very abridged.
It is, it is.
Yeah.
And then they typically would have each of these read by
yeah, I was
a
just gonna
scout
say,
or
like a
somebody.
scout or a Girl Scout,
Yeah,
I think Flanders Field is only at the common.
yeah, and then the America's Answers right after,
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then
Right.
we
So
do
the
the
scouts-
soldier's prayer.
So the scouts say to Carmen, Sally Jones is gonna read
Yes.
Flanders Field for you.
mm-hmm,
And then the Boy Scouts say, Sam Jones is gonna read
Yeah.
this for you.
yeah,
So,
Yeah.
This,
there's one that's
I
missing.
don't know if we did in honor of our fallen soldiers.
yeah,
yeah, there's a lot of stuff in there I don't recognize.
Right.
this I remember,
Which one?
Yeah.
it's the soldier, not the minister.
Yep.
Yeah.
Walter has read that in the past.
Yeah,
Yeah.
mm-hmm. What's missing is, there's a piece here that I read at, the water ceremony by Washington Mills. So that's missing, that's not in here.
The roll call is also not in here.
Yeah.
Okay. So I have,
So some things I put in that package and some things I
Now,
kept.
strange
Right.
question,
If
does the
you
roll
want,
call ever
when I-
change?
Yes.
I can, I have
Yearly is,
Stuff.
Andy's always.
at home that I can
like if
scan over to
veterans
you.
in Grafton pass away,
I
they,
can scan it over to you and then,
or is it?
Yes, it is as veterans pass, but Andy also does research and finds other veterans that weren't identified.
So I have the list of the cemeteries and the time frames that they wanna hit it.
mm-hmm,
We don't have to discuss it because, again, it's not
Yeah.
what we're gonna do.
not yet.
I have the list of the honorable, World War I, World War II, Korea.
We just need to verify with Andy that that's the most up-to-date one.
Yeah, and this is, dated 5/18/2025. So,
Well, yeah.
and this is what we read at the Gold Star Mothers,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Well, I think we had pulled names off, cause Ghost Star Mothers have to do
We
with,
took them off this list as well.
yeah, yeah,
And then handwritten on the back of the original was, don't forget to tip the bus driver. Question mark, pay
I mean,
buglers.
I got some tips I could give them, like how
I
to run a
The
city.
sandwiches are on them, cause they're gonna,
Yeah.
at the
Well-
end, Carmen would, invite people to go
Yeah.
down to the post and have a sandwich and a
Right.
beer and whatever.
So that was what I saw on this list, is we had like outside bar, outside cook, I'm assuming that's stuff that
That's
like,
all related
We're-
to the post, yeah.
So,
so are we gonna like update this list to be more relevant to
I think so.
I-
our VAC versus?
I'm gonna pick and
Okay.
choose the pertinent stuff that we're gonna be involved in
Mhm.
and just whittle it down, which is basically what I'm working on, the cover sheet here that I'm working off of, but, yeah, but I thought that if, Senator Moore is always an if, because he goes to
Yeah.
Middlebury,
Yeah,
but if it was, he would come before David, and then after David, we would invite the dignitaries, whoever they might be, and
Mm.
last year it was 3 members of the select board, Anne Marie, Andy, and Matt.
yeah,
I thought that other gentleman showed up.
Dolphin,
Mark,
Yes,
was tall dude?
yeah,
yeah, Dolphin is,
they were all there, but I
They
don't
didn't
think they
speak.
all read,
okay, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
so, So again, by reviewing the video, I could put the pieces together
Yeah.
and come up with the
Yeah.
Mhm. timeline.
Mhm.
We can participate because we can read something if we wanted to.
Mm.
I was gonna write some opening remarks, kind of what Carmen used to say, you know, why are we here, it's Memorial Day, and then kind of build off of that. Excuse me. So, I mean, that's where we're at. I mean, at this point, we've gone down the list pretty quickly. So if you have any, I can see the wheels turning,
Oh,
Sean.
I-
So go ahead.
I struggle with to engage your brain before your mouth. Anyway,
What do you think?
so I'm kinda hung up on this idea that, to try to turn it more into not a full civil ceremony, but a civil military ceremony.
It's not gonna
And-
be totally civil.
Yeah.
I know,
Oh,
but I
that's
mean,
it.
well,
Sorry.
okay, so you talk about we have opening remarks,
Mm.
all right? I feel that some part of the program should start before everybody is at the common. I feel like there should be like, maybe historians talking about why are we here? What is Memorial Day? You know, to, shall we say, engage the crowd a little bit, educate people or whatever, and just make it more of a different kind of, not a different kind of event, but make it more of a learning thing.
But right out of the gate,
Mm-hmm.
I don't wanna make it
Two different.
Yeah, we
so
don't-
much
we
different
don't-
that,
right.
you know?
You don't wanna make creative changes too fast, I agree, but.
I mean, yeah, because you could say, all right, let's go get a bunch of reenactors to walk through the crowd dressed in Revolutionary War gear and tricorner hats and talk about
Yes.
what it was like at Valley Forge. I mean, those are all great ideas.
Mhm. Yeah.
But not year one where we take the
Okay.
helm, you know, it's
Yeah.
just.
Okay.
One thing that I was thinking about, which might be, okay, we kind of start to put our flair on it, but it's very, very minor, is there any kind of wreath setting at the common?
Yeah, they
I
do
don't
in the,
remember.
You mean a ceremony?
Yeah, like
Place
as
a
a,
wreath?
yes,
I don't remember one.
I don't think
I
like
thought
in the parade.
corner
we
of
do that.
Millbury Street, in that one, they put
There's-
two wreaths, two or three wreaths right there.
There's Confederate thing, and then there's one up at the common,
Yeah,
there's two or
the
three different places.
memorials get wreaths,
Get wreaths.
but there's no ceremony
Is-
for it.
Right, that's what I
Well,
think.
what you do,
Yeah.
the wreaths are in place.
Yeah.
And then when the parade gets to the common, they call out wreath detail. And different veterans will go to different memorials.
Yeah.
And then at the playing of taps and all, they take the wreath and then you place it. And then you
Yeah.
stand.
You have physically seen that happen?
So,
We do it.
Okay.
I've done it, yeah.
Okay.
well, I know in, when I
And they
used to
do it
walk
at
in-
every,
All right.
well, I know when
cemetery.
I used to walk in the Mendon
Hmm?
parade, when they had theirs, they had different memorials along the, they had a little bit longer of a route, but they would stop at certain memorials
Yeah.
and they would, you know, read a thing on what the memorial is for, and then they would place a wreath on it, and then they'd get back in their order,
Yeah.
march to the march up to the next one, stop, do the same
Mhm.
thing. I think the hard part is it's all at the common.
Yeah.
Well,
Whereas like Mendon, it was like several different places, so you
Right.
had like a decent route that you would march, and then you'd
Yeah.
stop. This one you'd be like, stop here, walk a couple feet, stop here, walk a couple feet, stop.
Oh,
here.
yeah.
my but my thought is, people don't know that. I mean, whether or not, like, I didn't know that, and I walk in the parade. Other people are usually just watching us and not
Yes.
looking off anywhere else.
Mm-hmm.
So my thought was, you place those wreaths, but you have a big wreath that you set next to the speaker.
Mm.
And so whenever you do that, now instead of it being off at these sides where nobody's paying attention, you're bringing the crowd in, and you say, you know, this wreath represents
The
all the
four.
memorials,
Right,
all
yeah.
the fallen.
Yeah.
And now you brought them into that ceremony,
Right.
and it's a big one,
Yeah.
right? And then we just say, hey, you know, this will sit here, whatever.
Yeah.
You want to do that?
That's, yeah, I,
Do you want a VIP to do it? Do you want a member of the committee to do it? You want?
I think it's normally like a VIP, so you would get your, you know, it could be Dave Meridian, it could be the dignitaries that would
Yeah.
place the wreath.
The three members of the select board
Yeah, right.
in
Mhm.
unison,
They
because
could-
that's one of the things that Carmen always talks about, is like, I want the select board to be part of, you
Yeah.
know.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
I can approach them and ask.
Well, that's part of the reason I was kinda harping on the civil side of it, as opposed to the veteran side of it.
It's-
Yeah.
In addition to the veteran side.
But that would be, but again, it's 98% veterans, and,
Yeah.
you know,
Mm-hmm.
by us guiding everyone through the
Mhm.
program,
Sure,
that's,
Yeah.
you know, a tiny piece of it.
right, okay.
Yeah.
But I like that idea a lot.
Yeah, it's a great idea.
I
So
like that.
I think the only thing is, because it's minor, we wouldn't really have to change much of the script, you just
Not at
state,
all.
you know, right before taps is played, this wreath represents,
Yeah,
you
the
know.
place of
Yes.
this wreath represents.
Yes,
Yeah.
everyone in Grafton,
Right,
and then, we just need to buy a big wreath and a stand for it. It
Yeah.
needs to be bigger than the normal wreath.
oh, yeah, of course,
Yeah,
yeah,
cause I go back to, that's what that's what the president does,
I agree.
you know, at Arlington
At
Cemetery.
Does it do it in Arlington?
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just one big wreath.
Yeah.
Kind of like what they do. Yeah, the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier.
Yeah.
So,
I put that on the list. We don't want a fake one, we want a real one.
the thing, if you go with a real one, I think it becomes big and heavy. I think if we go fake, you can do a piece of styrofoam. They can build it on styrofoam. And there's depending on what you wanna spend.
Yeah.
I mean, you can get one that's.
Well, I mean, I guess that's dependent.
Yeah.
You know, if it's not too expensive, like getting a real one every year would be. It would always look nice. You
Mm.
wouldn't have to worry about it, and you wouldn't have to worry about storing it too.
Well.
Like you would just leave it out, and then you would toss it, and then next year you just buy a new one. Because if you're saying something big, like now we got to find a place to store it where it won't get
Yeah,
I'm Googling it, or I
Yeah.
did
Amazoning
Amazon, and it's like Valentine's Day wreaths, all sorts of stuff.
yeah.
Yeah, I think that, I think you could go either way.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's nice if it's, a real one would be nice because you could just set it out and leave it.
Yeah, probably not. It's like 224, 108.
Oh, that's
175.
like rounding errors.
Yeah.
I don't think, I mean, with our budget.
I mean, yeah, with our budget,
yeah.
we could do that every year and have a nice. Because this is like what I found. Like you do a wreath like
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a cheap one.
Right.
Yeah,
then-
that's large.
Yeah.
And then yeah, you just get the stand for it and you place it and
I'm not sure if it's Carmen's daughter or.
That one actually looks
One of
really
the
nice.
managers at the Post has a contact for the person that would make the wreath for the water ceremony. And part of the reason they kinda made it switch was because the wreath would go.
well, do you think what's the one that's over here? Is it over here? The plant people? Do you think they would make?
Washington Mills?
Oh, the nursery?
Yeah, the nursery Peralt's.
Oh, Perot, oh.
I don't know if they do
No, they-
flower things
no.
or anything.
I
They
don't think they do.
don't, but the Market 32 in Millbury has a flower shop in it. And I think if we were to talk to some of them, I don't know, maybe find like if there's somebody in Grafton and we talk to them, they might be able to
Yeah.
help us
You
out.
know, be like,
Okay.
we want it basically like.
Yeah, but I mean, we can always, you know, and then you could say, hey, you know, the wreath's here. After the ceremony, the wreath will be moved over to the bandstand,
I could also just call Trump and ask him who uses it.
Yeah.
and then you could do it then. So I think it's,
Alright, so, are we at the bottom?
More or less, my next question was gonna be, do we wanna meet more oh, no, that's not the phrase I'm looking, do we wanna meet 2 weeks from now? Or can we just schedule the next meeting and just have it in February, or?
we need the trustees meeting.
Do we have things that we need to accomplish?
No, but we have a quarterly schedule for it,
Okay.
and maybe that could be the next meeting, and we discuss this more.
We just take off one hat, put on another
Yeah.
hat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Works for me.
You wanna combine the two?
Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because, well, when you think about
I
it.
mean, it is a memorial, so.
Yeah,
we-
so
we're,
it's
we're
some
going, right,
monuments
we're
and
going
stuff.
to every memorial in town.
And we
Through the-
informed the board that we were gonna put something on the sideboard and just kinda focus on this for a while, so.
Right. Because at the same time, well, we're crossing over again,
Alright,
always.
so I'm gonna reach out to Carmen.
Yep.
And the questions I have are gonna be, you know, when do we contact Knights Limo, when do we contact the bus people? Evan is an easy one, that's not a big deal.
I don't know if we need to ask them when we contact.
No,
I think we could just contact the
would
bus
just-
people in the
right, do it.
limo.
Just
Yeah.
do it,
Just do
'cause-
it.
Who do you speak to when you contact?
Yeah, that's probably, if they, see if they got a point of
Yeah.
contact, that's
Yep.
probably a better idea.
I
Yep.
think with, for example, with nights, why would be any different from you requesting a ride to the airport? You call the
Right.
dispatch or whoever that is, the scheduler.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, we would just want a POC, cause maybe that person gets them a discount and
Right.
whatnot,
Right.
but we
Yeah,
could
then maybe-
call
Because you
them,
get the new,
actually,
you get the new person on the phone who goes, alright, you wanna do what now? You know,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't wanna
Well-
go through that, I just wanna be able to.
and in
tell
reality, if we
You know
wanted
what,
to,
though?
we could
You're
do
right,
Memorial
because
Day, and then the next day, call and schedule
The next
the
Memorial
next
Day.
Memorial Day one.
Can you make
Like,
this
you could do it,
reoccurring,
like,
please?
yeah, we wanna do it on this day.
Okay, so when next we meet, we need here on the table, the contact information for Jerry with the Jeep
Mm-hmm.
and whatever other
And then there's that gentleman
military
with the,
vehicles.
there's the
Yep.
guy with the 5-ton.
I mean, they don't use a lot of military vehicles for Memorial Day, they use Jerry, and
Well, I think part of it
does the big truck
fell off
show up?
because they, like, for example, when they brought a tank years ago, or a half track, whatever it was, the expense, cause you had to get a truck to transport
Okay,
it.
alright,
flat
so we
out,
just
yeah,
need the
so-
contact
yeah.
info for Jerry.
Yeah, I think that we'll just reach out to,
What if we reached out to like the Worcester Armory?
There, and
Like
there's,
one of them,
Yeah, but then.
they got vehicles.
But
and
then are
they-
we taking away from,
Worcester?
no.
Oh.
Memorial Day needs to be a solemn event, whereas Fourth of July is a celebration.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just
So you
thinking
want-
if you
You
got
want things that go by and people go, ooh, ah, and you don't necessarily want ooh, ah.
well,
for
I'm not
Memorial
saying
Day.
like tanks and stuff, but you could get like Humvees and the veterans who can't walk
yes,
yeah.
could hop in the Humvees and
well, that's another,
Right,
Yeah.
so you wanna reach out and start asking that question?
I can
Well,
find out.
so, well, the other piece of this, to go back to what you're talking
Yeah, I
about.
should just get my lunch.
All right, you want the veterans to be honored front and center.
Yeah.
So if you remember last parade, Jerry had a passenger, drawing a
Yeah,
blank
there
on
were a
his
couple
name. Anyway, the gentleman that tripped and fell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so they were also trying to locate convertibles.
Mm.
Of course, everything's weather dependent, but if
Yeah.
you can line up convertibles, not necessarily antiques, but for the. as
So
you
those
just said,
open vehicles are there pretty much every year, and that's, who reaches out to them, who are those people?
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing.
Not part of the package.
It's not part of the package, but it's, a lot of it becomes that word of mouth thing.
Yeah.
You know, all right, somebody's son, whatever, so that's the
Yeah.
thing, we do need to talk to some of the folks at the post and say, hey, listen, who
Yeah.
does this and who doesn't?
I mean, we could reach out to them first, and then if
Like-
we end up not sure we're getting enough vehicles, then we could reach out to the
Right,
local armories that
Right,
are around
yeah.
here and be like, hey, you know, we need like,
yeah,
is it possible to get one truck?
So I'm gonna reach out to Carmen
Yep.
on those topics. How do we reach out to Jerry? How do we get those open vehicles, those?
Yep.
I've got Jerry's info.
Alright, so you got Jerry's.
okay,
Andy and Holly, I can shoot Andy an email about Boy Scout, Girl Scout
Mhm.
participation. Although the Scouts, I got the impression the Scouts wanted to know something directly from the planners.
yes.
That was what, how I heard it.
I think as long as we get their contact information, we can reach out to them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The school band, I'm gonna leave that on you.
Okay.
And then, the small wreaths, we know where they are, the large wreath. What did we say we wanted to do?
So a real one, from what he looked up, is
Like
$225.
225.
Yeah, $225.
And what was the fake one?
I didn't
About the
find a
same,
fake one.
wasn't it?
It's probably about 150 is what I would
Yeah.
say.
Yeah.
But this one's gonna be a lot nicer.
Alright.
Yeah.
So do you wanna pursue the real wreath?
I would say that maybe that's what we look at.
But you got that.
Okay.
I'll take the wreath.
Oh, alright.
I'll take the wreath.
The real wreath. Okay,
Mhm.
Stoney's got the real wreath. Lucas refused.
I did
Um,
not.
No, you made him call the Worcester Armory.
Oh, that's
as a
right,
backup,
I'm
so-
sorry, I'm piling on Lucas.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's why I didn't sit there.
Color guard and firing party, I don't pick on you.
It's 'cause he's big and scary.
Especially after how I came in. Yeah.
After the story you told,
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
See, I get looked at and told I'm fun size.
So the color guard, firing party, again, that's gonna be another topic I'll discuss with Carmen.
Yeah,
And then if you can talk to your ruck guy.
Oh, yeah, I'll talk to him tomorrow morning.
yeah.
Cemetery flag placement, we don't really have to do much about that, cause we know that's already taken care of. Presenters, we're not ready for presenters yet, but
Mhm.
we have,
Yeah.
we have the foundation of what we need to do. The honor roll being read aloud, we have to confirm that it's up to date, was that what we said?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Andy has confirmed that. It's the most recent.
Now, are any of us gonna do any of the readings?
You wanna step up and do a reading, you do a reading, I mean,
Yeah.
because it's like, we've already told everybody that we're gonna
Yeah.
take the helm, so we might as well do stuff.
Yeah.
Like I say, I would have some opening remarks,
Yeah.
and like I said, based on, you know, here we are, it's Memorial Day, why is it Memorial Day, and then kinda
Yeah.
something,
Yeah.
and then go right into the program.
Yeah.
And then if you happen to be one of the presenters, you know,
Yeah.
in whatever uniform you're wearing that day, did you get your new uniform yet?
No.
So,
Yeah, kinda sad about
No,
that.
not to keep crossing over, but when they did the cemeteries, okay, at the cemetery such as Quincy Corner,
Mm.
that's when they read an honor roll, so prior to that, at the water ceremony, I stepped up, cause it was a Navy thing, so they handed it off to me one year,
Mm.
and last, you know, so.
I understand they read it at every
They read-
Yeah.
stop
read
along the
something.
way,
But that's a whole separate,
but they always read it at the common too.
yeah.
So again, I don't know if,
Yeah.
We just need to figure out who's gonna read what,
Yeah.
what
Yeah,
order.
alright, so we'll just focus, for us, we're just gonna
Yeah.
focus on parade.
Yep.
And at the common,
I mean, the only thing that's probably gonna have like a set thing is whoever's the MC is gonna do the opening remarks,
you know,
and then this gentleman's gonna do the invocation.
Yeah, Walter
Till
Ringer.
Walter,
As long as he's
Yep.
breathing and
Right.
walking, and then the declaration from whoever
Yeah.
like that should be either read by Meridian, Moore, or the select board.
Yep.
Like I feel like the because it's a political declaration, it
David
should
shows
be.
up with it, David's probably gonna read it,
Yeah.
so,
Yeah.
And
And then everything else can kind of be like, all right, yeah, but the Boy Scouts could do it, Girl Scouts could do it, we'll do one.
And the select board suggested finding out how many years the Memorial Day parade has been going on,
And the VFW's been,
and some kind of,
recognition to the
Recognition,
the
yeah.
posts.
so again, I can ask Carmen if he knows that, so.
Sorry.
Go ahead,
I
sorry.
have it, well, did you have anything else regarding what you were reading off? Cause I'm about to add to that list.
oh, fun.
Okay,
So, we also need to check with the Post and the Legion and probably the VSO to see, do we wanna recognize anybody?
okay.
We've been
I
doing
was-
that.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say that because he was talking about,
Special recognition,
right, so that's what they started doing because they did John Simpson and Phil Prout.
Right.
Because they're two guys that have been marching for the last 70 years or whatever it was. Wow. Well,
and we're asking Jeff that?
I think it
you
would
have
be,
to ask Carmen.
yeah, I think it needs to be
And those
Carmen
guys.
and Mike, but I was gonna include Jeff because Jeff
Mhm.
makes the certificates.
Right.
Okay,
Yeah.
And
Mhm.
one thing that we probably wanna start thinking about for the future is maybe we actually define what this honoring is.
Mm.
So is it, if you've been in the parade for 20 years,
Mm.
is it a nomination? You know, so then that way,
Well, I think when we went to the select board, what they wanted to do was to get recognition for the
Honor them all.
VFW
right,
and
Yeah.
the Post for like
Mhm.
how many years they've been doing it.
25
Right.
continuous years.
So I don't know if that would be
Yeah.
because I'm assuming that'd be nice to have something made that gets put like
Yeah.
in their Legion Hall and
Yeah.
whatnot.
but I'm just thinking like if there's, you know, let's say that we start doing this and, you know,
Yeah.
Holly drops off, but she continues to help us
Yeah.
plan.
So
right?
last
Well,
year,
you may want to recognize her.
did they recognize Walter last year? Yeah, they did.
They did.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
so,
We just gotta figure out where we wanna put that in our, if it's gonna continue to be a thing, have
Yeah.
a name for it.
well, we just
and-
have to, we'll just build it in somewhere.
Yeah,
but-
build it in and,
Yeah, and that's the next thing that I wanted to bring up was the order of events. Like, I understand what we're doing, but I think we need the order of events from 7 o'clock in the morning all the way.
Yeah, I have that,
Okay, because
so I'll scan it, send it to everybody.
okay, yeah, because I think it'll just help us. Well, yes, but like, what happens at the cemeteries? What cemetery do you go to first, and what is read at those cemeteries?
Okay.
Because like you're bringing it up,
Mhm.
and it's kind of hard to go. Well, hang on, when's the water event? And so
Yeah.
how do I know what is read?
Okay,
So,
So let me ask you a question. Why do we need to know what happens when they visit each cemetery? Because we're not gonna be there, we're gonna be up here.
right, but I'm thinking future.
Yes.
Eventually, we know we're gonna take this over. So it'd just be nice to know it now, get it down now, and then
Okay. What do you-
and then if it
what do you got on
changes, you
that?
just change the little pieces that change, but.
exactly.
Is that the same as this parade order?
No, this is 7:30 AM Farnhamville,
Yeah, that's the
7:45
cemetery.
Fairview, 8 AM Sampson Square.
Mhm.
Right.
Oh,
Okay.
And it just sounds like each of those have something, maybe not each of them, but there's some of them that have different things that occur there. And so,
Yeah.
I guess my fear is it's one of those things, it's kinda like what happened last year, where all of a sudden, oh, well, I thought you were doing that. No,
Mm.
we weren't. So at least if we have it, we can
Right.
just be very specific. Okay, y'all have this, right?
Yeah.
We're not dealing with this.
Okay.
What else you got?
Parade setup. We will need to talk how we do for 4th of July parade. You know, okay, I will be here doing this, you're gonna be there doing that, Bob's setting this up. That's further down the road,
Mm-hmm.
but we're gonna wanna know where our assignments are,
Mm.
what time are we gonna meet, obviously all that kind of stuff.
So we usually cover the parade, so that means I gotta find a substitute cameraman. We had one last year.
Yep.
But I think he's moving, so I'm gonna have to come up with a camera person for the Memorial Day parade. We would be at the Common, but. you know,
Okay, so now that begs the question, Ari, so if I am doing
You're in the
this-
parade.
All right.
You've
I'm-
always participated in the parade, so
Yeah.
you're in the parade.
Yeah, so you could be the guy that's down there being like, alright, hey, in 20
Right.
minutes, we're stepping off, and you ensure that everybody's ready.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I would almost.
And then
sort of
maybe-
become
maybe I'm
common.
there
Well,
with you
again,
two,
I
or-
don't
Sort
think
of
he has
becomes
to,
common.
I don't think you do. I mean, until Carmen says we can't do it anymore, then, but I think we are not altering or changing or dictating how they do those
No,
cemetery
I'm not saying
visits.
that. But Carmen is also, I think Carmen's looking for us to be, like you said, the MCs and the people that he doesn't have to worry about when we, all right, we get to the Common,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
You speak, you do, you know, he wants,
Yeah,
he doesn't wanna do that.
Right,
I-
Yeah.
which
So-
we've got covered, I mean, as far as I'm
Right.
concerned, but I
So-
mean, as far as all the stuff at all the cemeteries.
Ooh, but he's talking
That's
about
the-
stepping off to start the parade,
Yes.
That would
the
be
parking
us.
lot, yeah, I think that would
That-
be you.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Cause if you wanna march it, you would be
Oh,
the
okay.
Carmen down there, like, hey, okay, 5
Yeah.
minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
What you
Carmen
already
would
do
just
for the
show
4th
up
of
with
July
his
parade,
guys.
basically, like what
Yeah.
Phil does, you know,
Right.
okay, hey, we got 5 minutes, everybody get in line,
Yeah.
okay.
Yep.
And this might be something that happens quickly, or it might be something that takes a little bit of time, you
Well,
know?
the good thing is this, we have a really good relationship with the posts and the veterans around. And I don't see it as a problem saying, okay, look, I'm gonna shadow you.
Yeah.
You know, this year or a couple of years. You know, we shadow these guys for a
Mm.
while. And then, okay, then once they're comfortable, we're comfortable, say, okay, I got it, or you got it,
Right.
however they wanna say it.
So you go to every cemetery every year,
Mm-hmm.
so then you've got the working knowledge right there. So parade, so as far as Stoney's comment about parade setup,
Mm-hmm.
that is focused at the Common.
It is.
Which would mainly just be the sound system and seats and stuff, right?
Yes.
I think he's talking about parade stepping off at North Street,
all of it.
all of it,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, you
But
gotta.
that's, if you're down there, that's what you would,
Right.
So those are the assignments.
Right.
You're at the kickoff point,
Mhm.
yeah.
we're at the common.
But what I don't want to do, because remember this bites us in the butt every year, is we say, we'll take the traffic cones, right? Like we don't think through that stuff.
Yeah.
We assume, oh yeah, it's going to be there, and then it's not, and all of a sudden we're like, crap. So, it's something simple. The cameraman, you obviously need to find somebody now.
Yeah.
If we don't start thinking about it now,
Yeah.
then you get a month before, and all of a sudden we're stressed out because
Yeah.
of it. So, I don't expect us to have it all, but we need to start thinking
Yeah.
through. Okay, what would happen there? What
They
would
don't,
happen
they don't
here?
use, but they don't use traffic cones at the parade.
No, they
No,
don't.
no,
But
they don't.
we have to consider parking around the commons
Yep.
For the-
because of where we march and where
Right.
we stand. And I just don't like standing in the street. I think it would be better if we could fall into the common and stand next to
So-
the bandstand.
So
and
the
then
way
you
the
have
common
everybody
is set up
on
for
the-
parking is another one of those, talk to the chief.
Yeah.
things.
Cause we would also need to get, I'm assuming it's built in here somewhere, but like getting usually you get like the police officers that
Yes, yeah, to block
So-
the traffic.
block the traffic, but I'm assuming that we would have to ask. I don't wanna assume that, like, we just assume that they provide them.
Yeah. But to your point about, okay,
I don't think we do that this year.
What?
I don't think we do that this year. I want to clarify that, but I think.
yeah, but, I agree, looking ahead, it kinda automatically works out that the civilians are on the grass.
Yeah.
Cause one, you have that fence already. If you were to try to make an alteration, one, how are you gonna pack all the civilians in one spot? You're gonna have them spilling out into the street, if the streets are
Yeah,
open.
if we get, so what I thought.
I know I'm getting too far ahead.
Yeah, yeah.
We don't have to
Okay.
worry about
I'm having
crowd
problems
control at the
visualizing
common.
it, so.
Yeah,
So this is like Millbury Street, this is
Yeah.
whatever the road is.
So you come up North Street,
yeah,
and we circle around,
yeah,
right? You got the grandstand here.
yeah.
What I'm saying is, instead of stopping here, we stop here, we fall out, and basically we line up here next to the grandstand, and then you have people back here. The commons, but we never have enough people that common is overflowing. Think
Okay.
about the 4th of July parade, how many people show up for that?
Yeah.
And it's very rare, I'm set up here with music, it's very rare I have people packed behind me.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
There are people walking around, but everybody is up front. So it just makes it would just make it
Okay.
cleaner. I don't think we need to do that this year.
So I was just gonna ask a question, are you talking about future planning,
Yeah,
which
future.
sounds great?
Yeah,
But
I
not
think
this year.
future planning,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yes.
but not this year,
Okay.
but
Yeah,
anyway, so,
And then if you do it that way, like in theory, we could do some of the, cause like here you have the memorials. So you could march, stop, do a talking thing with the memorials that are there, put a wreath, march on, release everybody, then
Mhm.
set up right there, and then you do the big wreath
I was just gonna say,
right there.
doing it in here with your focus all in one spot makes the big wreath better.
exactly.
Yeah.
And then now you can do your historian, cause they can be up on the bandstand, you set up all the speakers on the bandstand, and now you have the historian talking here, and then as the parade comes up,
Yeah,
it's people's attention is shifting versus if you're stopping here, people know we stop here, so they stand here.
yeah,
Where do you put the historian? Because the parade comes here, so now they walk over here and then they walk back, right? So that it kind of throws everything off versus this kind of layout,
mm-hmm, okay.
future planning.
But we don't have to. go
Right.
No,
back.
we don't
I
have to
like
do that.
No, I like it a lot.
Any other, you got another?
Yes, the last thing, and I think we need to do this next meeting, banners.
Yeah.
We need to order banners.
Like the 4th of July banner?
We need to do both 4th of July, yep, but not that.
Yep.
No, but like something so people know that we're
Yeah.
doing it,
As I
yeah.
mentioned it last year.
Yeah, I think, and we do need to get 4th of July banners, the smaller ones that we talked about, but we also need to get, I think, Memorial Day banners.
Okay, so I'm gonna, one of the things that I had thought about, thank you for mentioning the banners, I'm gonna try and, once we get a real, I can probably put out a promotional piece on the veterans page on Facebook
Mhm.
Yeah.
and say, Memorial Day is this day,
Mm-hmm.
ceremonies at the Commons start at this time.
Yeah.
Like and subscribe for more details, I mean, whatever, you know, it's
Yeah,
just like,
sure,
and then just keep updating it as we go.
yeah, yeah.
Do we wanna talk to Andy Jefferson and see if he wants to set up a page or two for us for the Veterans Day parade, or Memorial Day parade?
A page or two,
Like what we did with the 4th of July parade. Obviously, we would not be updating it as much, but we could put on there times and things like that. And then, I mean, the 4th of July parade,
or I
Page.
could just ask Andy if he wants to attend the next meeting.
and is he still the chair? Cause he will if it's the trustees.
He'll be the chair until election day.
So if we do the next meeting as trustees, Andy has to attend.
Right.
Yeah, so it's all set.
Okay.
So we could, in theory, do 2 meetings next month, we could do
Yeah.
trustees and veterans,
Mhm.
At the same time.
so I'll look at the calendar.
No,
No.
we split them up.
Well, that's what I
But
mean.
yeah.
Like you do one for a half hour, and then we finish it, and then we move on to the next one.
No,
No,
that's
I think we would do it a couple of weeks later, just,
separate them.
Oh, okay.
yeah. We tried that once and it was,
Yeah.
Well, it was forced.
probably be a little bit
It was
better now.
forced on us, anyways.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
All right,
Yeah.
last chance.
I'm good for now.
All right, I'll take a motion.
A motion to close the meeting.
Second.
Those in favor?
A motion and second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
We're all done, thank you.